Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and after quite possibly the most neurotic selection process in Eurovision history, Germany chose their entrant for Kiev yesterday. And, if nothing else, they've brought us the most palpable example I've ever heard of why the orchestra does not belong at Eurovision anymore. So, good job there. It's Isabella Levine? No, or Levina for short, and the song Perfect Life, which doesn't need translating, it's completely in English, music and lyrics by Lindsay Ray, Lindy Robbins, and Dave Bassett, and I'd like to think that the music was also at least partly down to Levina, or at the very least, it was by the German broadcaster based on how they think Levina should sing. So first impressions of the song, then. Just like a fair chunk of the internet, sorry, but I'm afraid that my first impressions of this song weren't very positive at all. Though, looking back, I do wonder how much of that was just because of the national final format. Now, for those who didn't watch, there were 5 candidates to begin with who, in round 1, they all perform a cover of an existing song. And then 3 of those are voted into round 2, where they all perform different versions of the first of the 2 songs that Germany could send. It was a song called Wildfire, obviously I didn't go with it in the end, except by different version, I mean the lyrics are the same, but it's just the instrumental track from their cover song from round 1. It's not, but it might as well be. And then, from there, one more singer is eliminated, and then they perform the other of the 2 songs, Perfect Life. And again, it's just their cover song from round 1, but with new lyrics. It really, that's their idea of... obviously, it's not literally the same instrumental, because that would be plagiarism, but it just felt like that was the aesthetic they were going for. They're just like, oh, hey, this is what you chose as your cover song. That's your one and only aesthetic, and that just feels like that's how they did it. Anyway, after that convoluted process, Germany then chose a winner. Well, actually, the top 2 from the final 2 rounds are then performed again, and then Germany chooses their lucky winner from that. One way or the other, we were doomed to be sick of whatever song they chose from the word go. But if we bear that in mind, if we know that in advance, then how bad can it really be? Well, in order to find that, let's start with what I do like. Maybe? Well, it sure is a song, I suppose. In all seriousness, though, Germany have selected a very capable live performer. She can hit all the right notes as necessary, even if the notes themselves aren't striking any chords with the audience. And she can emote rather well, too. Bless her, she's doing what she can to look like she really believes in every word that she's singing, which must be really hard to do, considering that she sang her cover song in round 1, the not selected candidate song in round 2, this song in round 3, and then guess what? She was the top 2, so she had to perform both of those songs again. She had to sing the same song, well, the same batch of songs a total of 5 times, and then this song as a winner's reprise a 6th time. She must have been so tired by the end of it. All she had to go on was, like, a quarter of a brandy glass of water, which even, they took that away from her as well, so... She's got endurance, and that is absolutely to be commended on her part. I am painfully aware that all the good points that I've offered so far are about the singer rather than the song. Honestly, the best thing I can say about the song is that it's inoffensive. Maybe I just still haven't recovered from watching the national final itself. Maybe it's just that. Whatever the case may be, let's dig a little deeper. What is it that I'm not too keen on with this song? I'll do my best to word this as tactfully as I can, and I don't intend to just hate on it blindly, especially not with the same intensity as a lot of the viewers on the internet have done so far. But that said, where do we even begin? Okay, a relatively tame point, the refrain of the song is just a hurricane of cliches. Like, bring an umbrella, because it's going to be blown away by all the cliches. You'll be hit in the face with cliched lyrics, but I'll let that slide, though. It is absolutely not the worst written thing I've ever heard, and... yeah, it may be phrases that we've heard 1,000 times before, but at least they're delivered in a pleasing enough way. It's not that bad. Now, remember how I said that the song was inoffensive and that was a good point? It's also inoffensive to a fault. The song is so inoffensive that it offends me. It crosses the line twice. It wraps back around. Germany, why? But to me, at least, it makes the Swiss entry sound like Lordy in contrast. And bearing in mind, my main criticism of the Swiss song was that it was a bit too uninspired. I'm not saying this is uninspired, but it certainly is uninspiring. I don't want to be so negative, but the first few bars of the song seem to hold so much promise, but then it just falls straight into a pit of bland mediocrity that even Levina's charisma can't save it from. It could just be, though, that was caused by having the live band on stage with her. At this point, it is hard to tell, bearing in mind the national final is more or less the only performance we have to judge her by. But whatever the case is, the thing that we're supposed to judge her on doesn't inspire confidence in the song. There could yet be hope, I admit, but for now, I'm not impressed. And this is all without even getting into the controversy that the YouTube commenters are trying to stir up by comparing it to David Guetta's Titanium featuring Sia. I've never heard it, so I can't and won't comment, but some people have said it's similar, so who am I to tell them that they're wrong? Or right, or whatever. I'm not going to weigh in. That's a thing that people have been saying and I've reported on it. My job here is done. Now, the bit that I've been dreading. My rating out of 10. Yep, there it is. Personal score. 3. Sorry, Germany, I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just through hearing the song so many times in the national final, and then also having the adding salt to the wound of hearing what else this song could have been, namely a much more engaging Bond theme-esque kind of interpretation from the other main contender in the selection show. Or maybe it's down to the band performing the song live with her, but this really, really does not entertain me. It's alright, there are some nice chords in there, and the lyrics are passable, but the overall package just leaves me wondering how better I could have spent those 3 minutes of my life that I won't be getting back anytime soon. I don't want to hate on it for hating on its sake, and I do really want to find some good in there, but as it stands, this song just kind of leaves me feeling a little bit, oh, well, that happened. So technical score out of 10. Well, my mind's all over the place with this one, but in my notes, I've settled on a 4. I really, really, really want to find as much good in this song as I can, and a voice in my head does keep saying, give it a 5, give it a 5, but a 4 is the best I can offer, and that's factoring in Levina's charisma and performance. Like, she is most of that 4. Like, honestly, on vocals alone and performance, she could be an 8, a 9, or a 10, but the song weighs her down so very much. I do wonder what this song sounded like when it was first submitted to the national final, before they got their hands on it and re-instrumented it for Levina and the other finalists, of course. As it stands, it feels like this instrumentation doesn't completely fit the song. It works well enough, obviously, otherwise why else would have Germany voted it as their winner? Obviously, there's some connection there, but it feels like it's missing anything especially standout, anything particularly magical, impactful, something to make you stand up and say, oh my god, this is Germany, as opposed to, oh my god, is this Germany? And that's a shame. It really is, because if you've been with my channel for a while, you'll know that normally I'm very eager to stand out and defend the underdogs at Eurovision, but this year, sorry again, Germany, but you're on your own with this one. There are people out there that like it, and that's entirely fair enough. If you like this song, that's completely fine. You're allowed to. It's a contest. Everyone can have different opinions. I just personally don't. It doesn't do anything for me, but you still can, if you want to. And in fact, I encourage you to at least try. Give this song a fair hearing, and then consider liking it. You don't have to, but at least make the effort. They deserve the... Levina and her performance and all of that, she at least deserves consideration, even if you decide that it's not worth the time after all. At least try. So, the dreaded comparison to last year. Do I even need to say anything? Yeah. I know Jamie Lee got a lot of hate last year for whatever reason, including a stream of, frankly, horrendously unprofessional, toxic, and downright abusive tweets from PewDiePie of all people, because he's one to talk, but I liked her song from the beginning. As I said, I am more than happy to look for and find the good in as many songs as I can at Eurovision, and then defend them even if the community has given up on them. Maybe I'm biased because Germany was in my top 10 last year, I don't know. But Ghost had me engaged from start to finish. Sure, her outfit didn't really match the song, but look at it this way. We remember her outfit, don't we? Contrast Levina, where she's a lovely woman, she's a brilliant performer, but realistically, how long is it going to be after this year's contest until we all forget that the song even happened? I mean, what will she have been wearing on the night? No one's going to remember that. Actually, what was she wearing during the national final? It's gone already. See my point? So, Germany, if you had to qualify from the semi-finals, would you? Well, based on the public reception and from some reflections of my own on the song, I'm going to go with a heaping helping of hell no. Sure, like I said, Levina's got definite talent and she could go on to great things after this, and that is absolutely to be commended. If they revamp the song, then maybe it'll absolutely shine for her. But as it stands, this song lets her down like a hedgehog in a bouncy castle. I've spoken before about the tragedies of wasted potential at Eurovision, and the instrumentation of this song is exactly that. It's one of the most drastic cases I've ever heard. Like I said, that could just be because of the live orchestra performing with her. I don't know at this stage, but Germany could well salvage this, and I heartily encourage them to. It's possible, but for now, they've got a great voice, a good personality, and a song so beige I can't even be bothered to finish this analogy. So, I will say, good luck Germany, ich drücke dir die Daumen, but for the moment I don't have very high hopes for the song unless something changes. Still, we'll see you in Kiev. If you believe in the song, then very much power to you. See you in Ukraine.